Hey everyone, it is Dave. Welcome in. It's time to talk about module number 6. In this module, we're going to finish up, finally, the formal elements and principles of design. We're going to be dealing with scale, repetition, and unity in one lecture. We've got lectures also on balance and emphasis and focal point. So these are generally shorter lectures, and this finishes us out of all the major terminology in the course. Next week, we deal with modern art. We're going to learn about Edward Manet and the modern art movements. And then 2 weeks from now, we have the midterm exam. So make sure, if you haven't started already, you're beginning to study for that. We do have this week a collage. I'm going to walk you through how to do that project, as well as journal number 6. So join me. We're going to head over to the Canvas site. I'll walk you through module number 6. And here we are on Canvas. Let's go ahead and open up module 6. Take a look at the material here. Up top, our usual suspects, the video you're watching, the action plan, and my office hours every Monday and Wednesday, 4:30 to 7. We have 3 lectures this week. The Scale, Repetition, and Unity lecture, study guide, and this is the only lecture that's going to have a further exploration section, and that is only 1 video in length. So make sure to watch it. It is part of the Antiques Roadshow, where a guy brings in some signed Andy Warhol memorabilia and art. It's very, very cool. After that, we just have 2 other shorter lectures. One is on balance, our study guide, and then for emphasis and focal point, our lecture and study guide. For the journal this week, it's going to go back to Andy Warhol a little bit. In a lot of his work, we see unity with variety. And that's what I really want to focus on for our project this week, or our journal. You want to showcase how these elements work together to create a successful composition. You're just going to choose one object or similar objects for the subject matter, and then create an integrated design where the objects you've chosen look as if they belong together. You also want to remember to include variety so the image can be interesting. Things to consider: placement, presentation, format, congruity, and proximity of the objects. And I just want to point out as well that we are looking for visual unity rather than conceptual unity. So visual unity would be like in the examples here, where we have spools of thread, spiders, butterflies, that everything here goes together. Everything is similar in shape and in form. There's a congruity. Whereas conceptual unity, we do not want. That would be like your desk setup, where you would have maybe a computer, a lamp, a keyboard, a mouse, a microphone. All of those, yes, they go together, and we think of them as conceptually together. However, visually, none of the objects look like the others. I do want you to spend, though, the majority of the time on the collage. So just remember that journals are something that should be fairly quick. Maybe an hour. This one may be a little bit more, maybe closer to 90 minutes. And they're only worth about 5 points each. They're just to give us some practice at low stakes of the material that we're learning for the week. The larger projects, like the collage, this is 50 points. It is 10 times as important as the journal. And this also has a short writing element to it as well. So we recently had a lecture back in week 4 on Vincent van Gogh, and we are drawn to his work because it tends to be very personal. It tells a story. I want you to create a collage that tells a story as well. And this can be, down here in the written instructions, celebrating your individual, social, and cultural diversity, personal stories of feelings, conflicts, barriers, hobbies, hardships, accomplishments, anything like that is a wonderful choice to use. The main thing I would suggest is make sure to keep the project focused. Just tell me about one specific thing that you want to share. Maybe it's your major, maybe it's a hobby, maybe it is vacations that you would take with your family. I had one student, I remember looking back at past projects where every year his family went to a national park. And so he made a collage just of that, telling a very specific story. So that's important. You're going to then write an artist statement. It should be about half a page in length, no more than one full page. And you're going to tell me what I'm looking at and why you created it. A couple examples. This is a professional artist collage by Romar Bearden, and I wrote what he would have written as his artist statement. This is a past student example where you have her obsession with Harry Potter. You can see how many images are here, and again, her paragraph underneath. If you put that into a Word document at 12-point font, double-spaced, you always want to double-space college writing, this is going to be about 12 lines in length. So you can see also there's about 25 to 30 images here. That tends to be a really good number of images to use. I would probably use somewhere between 20 and 25. And also some final words. I don't comment on the collages. I will comment on grammatical errors, but as far as the subject matter goes, I do not comment. Once again, the project is worth 50 points, and the due dates would be October the 5th, but you do have a grace period on this project until October the 12th. Also, make sure that the project is handmade. No computer submissions are accepted. So in terms of imagery, you do want to print those out. You can do black and white or color. All right, I think that is everything for this week. I will be back shortly to tell you about module number 7.